Hi guys, Jona here, and this is my presentation of the Brain Rules book by John Medina, specifically the chapter on brain and exercise. This is a Google slide deck that I am using with the Screencast-O-Matic program. The chapter opens up with a great example of how a lifetime of consistent physical activity can affect the brain. Jack LaLanne. He was a famous bodybuilder and nicknamed the godfather of the American fitness movement. Even in his very advanced age, he was very sharp mentally. So our ancestors may have walked up to 12 miles per day. Research shows that they migrated a lot. They moved constantly in search of food, changing climates to get away from predators. Yet their brains continued to develop and evolve under these conditions of constant movement. It seems that we are hardwired for movement and lots of it, definitely not designed to live under the sedentary lifestyles that are prevalent today, which makes me think that developing brains like those of our students especially need exercise and movement. So although most of the research on how exercise affects the brain has been done on adults, what has been done with children definitely shows a positive effect, which is good news for teachers. We can use all the help we can get. Exercise as treatment. Can you reverse problems like Alzheimer's and dementia with exercise? So after as little as 4 months of regular aerobic exercise, research subjects were found to have improved cognitive ability. However, once exercise stopped, the effects began to disappear. As far as prevention, regular exercise cuts risk for Alzheimer's by 60%. How much, how often? Research shows that we need to do 30 minutes 3 times per week minimum. Add strengthening routines for even more benefit. Exercise versus medication for anxiety and depression. Exercise actually rivaled medication in another study for both men and women. Results are immediate and last as long as it's implemented. Okay, teachers, here we go. Children and exercise. Exercise has shown to improve concentration. We definitely want to know about that. Less anxiety and depression and better self-esteem. Nothing surprising here. Exercise is good for our kids. Okay, people, since I'm not a science gal and I have less than a minute to go, I'll let those of you who really want to know the science behind exactly how exercise affects the brain pause here. But I will say that although we need water, food, and oxygen to live, we can survive much longer without water and food than we can oxygen. More than 5 minutes and brain damage happens, and exercise helps with oxygen to the brain. Part 2 of the science details. Pause if you need more nitty-gritty. The lowdown, though, is that exercise helps with oxygen to the brain by stimulating deeper blood vessels that provide nutrients and oxygen to more tissue and removes toxic waste better, and it stimulates neurons and buffers against stress. Great for students, especially those who struggle. What does this mean for us? More recess, move while learning, move while thinking. Instead of sitting at desks all day, sit on bouncy balls, walk and learn, have walking meeting. Thanks for listening, guys. Jona out.